And Roger Goodell is paying very close attention to what's going on with the Marlins, trying to figure out what steps he should take, if any. People are calling for a bubble in football. Not going to happen. People are calling for a delay in the regular season. Not going to happen. NFL wants to play. There's a lot of this involved. I'm putting my fingers together if you're listening to this in the money motion. But the way the NFL dealt with opt-outs is there's a deadline. It's not like as a team president in baseball where every day I have to stare at my cell phone waiting for a call from the GM that a player may have opted out and figuring out how to do it. As it is, you stare at your phone when you're the president of a team waiting for a call from the trainer or GM about a hurt player, about any other issues, clubhouse fighting, clubhouse drama, anything else that goes on inside a clubhouse. The NFL said, we're not going to do that. If you want to opt out, you've got till August 3rd. Period. Hard stop. Either opt out or not. But after August 3rd, you're in like Flynn. You're playing. Remember Up in the Air with George Clooney? Vera Farmiga, Anna Kendrick. Love that movie. Jason Bateman from Ozark. Ozark, which just received, I think, 18 Emmy nominations today. Congratulations to Ozark. Succession, Schitt's Creek did great today. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. So in the movie Up in the Air, Jason Bateman takes a Post-it note. He curls it together. He says to George Clooney, here's the boat. Are you in the boat or are you not? And George Clooney says, I'm not in that boat. Jason Bateman throws the Post-it away and the movie continues, one of my top 10 movies of all time. The NFL is asking the same question. Are you in the boat or are you not? Well, we learned today that there are a lot of Patriots who are not in the boat. Starting with Dante Hightower, there are currently 6 Patriots, 5 starters who have opted out of the season. Tom Brady opted out already to play in Tampa. Rob Gronkowski opted out of retirement to play in Tampa. Is this the end of the Patriots? I'm fascinated by this season in the AFC East. If you're the Buffalo Bills or the Biffalo Buffs, any Dr. Seuss fans? Buffalo Bill, Biffalo Buff, the 23 sons of Mrs. McDave, and she called them all Dave. And one day when she would call Dave, they'd all come running. So she decided to change their names. And one was Buffalo Bill and one was Biffalo Buff. I have no idea why that came into my mind just now. It is hard to imagine. But the Buffalo Bills, the New York Jets, they got to be excited. They got a chance. Is it possible that the Patriots will not win the AFC East? Is it possible that the opt-outs are actually going to hurt the Patriots more than any other team, even though the Chiefs, Ravens, Seahawks, Cowboys, the Washington football team, and the Bears have all had players opt out, but the Patriots lead the league. Do you think it's possible that there's some Patriots who are opting out because they don't want to deal with Bill Belichick? Because without Brady, without thinking they have a chance to go to the SB, why would they bother? Well, Hightower has a 2-week-old son. So he said, too dangerous. Me and my fiance are going to hold out. Every player has his own reason. But I wonder if deep down they want to leave on top. Well, we'll see if these players come back. We'll see what happens with the Patriots. I, for one, am rooting very hard for the Patriots because it's quite an FU to Brady if the Patriots, with all of these opt-outs and losing Brady, with Cam Newton, can still win the division. God, it would be despondent time for the Buffalo Buffs. So the NFL has this deadline. We'll see what happens going forward. The NFL is monitoring MLB, trying to figure out what to do with their travel, because the minute MLB started traveling is when the outbreak started, but it's only one team. So they're hoping MLB will investigate, find out why the Marlins had this outbreak, see if the NFL can tweak its protocols to avoid that. I'm still calling for NFL to travel on game day. I was on Pat McAfee's show. I told McAfee what I wanted, and McAfee said no chance. As a player, he would never play on the day of travel. He said you get tired, your legs get crampy and achy, blah, blah, blah.